Oh boy, mob's clean.
So we're just gonna have fun. Pora, Pora, and Bora, Bora. Oh dear. Let's go ahead and look at our map here. 3 caches, all in the same town. I bet you they're all in that little trifecta zone, just in those 3 buildings. That would be hilarious.
Alright, what is our brief?
This is a desert map, so...
versus UK BLUFOR.
Gonna do Battle of Sejuk here.
Guys are armed with the VHS preset. G36s to the UK. It's 3 destroy markers inside a small town. The destroy marker is a device from the vanilla game, the weird nuclear-looking thing. It is very much destructible. You may just have to be careful about where you plant explosives on it. That's pretty much it. I do believe the view distance is cranked down to balance out the BLUFOR, as it's very open.
Alrighty, any questions from our company leaders?
Full
So
FNF
you're
servers.
saying
I'm scrolling in
it's
just
the WMD device.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Barb.
Hi, Weeboo.
Oh my gosh, your mic. How are you?
Yeah, oh, sorry.
You're good.
I'm good.
Can you,
kind of tired after the...
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut. Could you just quickly pass me the Twitch multi?
Oh, right, gotcha.
How's your throat?
Yeah, my throat's hurting more than when you usually have some... I'm gonna stop there.
I knew you were gonna take it sexual.
Yeah, well, but in all actuality, I have not spoken that much in that quick of a fashion in a long time, so it was fun. But yeah, I got some nice hot tea now, so I'm gonna be feeling better. So what I mean to say is, if you wanna take the lion's share of this op, be my guest.
All right, I'll take your word for it. All right, so I spawned in a rock. Let's go ahead, get all of our buttons placed. We do P for tracers and J for effect.
Nothing.
We're gonna hit page up to scroll things up. Yeah, because I always thought J was tracers, so I literally always hit P and J for every spectator thing I do.
Yeah, just for literally like no reason. There's never been anything on J, but I mean you can hit L. And that spawns a nice little light, but like...
I know, right? Haha, we can have the players follow it, but they can't see it, unfortunately.
Fortunately, God.
I said unfortunately.
Yeah, and I said fortunately.
Haha, blind them.
You're not the Zeus, you're the commentator. You can't torture them here.
I mean, that's a really big misconception. I never really torture my player base unless they ask me for it, which is seldom, but you sometimes get that within Paw Patrol and the 700th Cadian, but not in TSB. Also, 2 of the DshKs spawned in and they fell over. I thought that was cute.
I saw that too. Yeah, that's funny. Audited mission, by the way.
Audited mission. Ah, excellent. All right, so do you want me to just take the intros while you drink your tea, or what? What do you wanna? How do you want to?
Sounds good to me. Go for it.
All right.
I'll just kind of pan along.
Anyway, guys, this is round 2 of Friday Night Fights. We do this every Friday at 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Barb was nice enough to cover the first round for me, as we did, whatchamacallit, SCP Overlord, and that all fell apart. But hey, we're going to try again someday soon. Anyway, this is a 3 ammo cache destruction op, which means BLUFOR is going to have 50 minutes to destroy these 3 ammo caches, and all they have are these little circles on the map to try to find them. This op's a little unique in the fact that all 3 ammo caches are really close together, thus creating this really cool circular graph effect, and they're honestly in random buildings. I was half expecting them all to be in the area where all 3 of the circles interlock here, just for the hell of it. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, Venn diagram. But I also like how there's a bunch of little random custom fires going off right here on top of the buildings and whatnot. So, with all of that done, BLUFOR is going to be the aggressing faction. They have a numbers advantage, as most attacking factions do, to help balance out that the defenders have the defender advantage, and they can just, let the attacking faction come by. They've also been given an example placeholder here, and I really like the sign on the back that shows them that, because if you turn it around, they've got sample town distance and then sample town crossed off. That is kind of cute. But otherwise, BLUFOR has a Huey gunship, 3 M2 Humvees with no protection on the gunner, so really easy to snipe those guys off, and a bunch of transport trucks. But otherwise,
What the hell are you on about? I'm sorry, but you're talking about Sample Town? What?
turn or look on the back side of the sign.
What sign? The sign.
The sign that shows the sample plate that's labeled sample place over at BLUFOR for the Eastwind device. And if you look behind it, yeah. So, BLUFOR here, we appear to have the new UK kits from their mod update a few weeks ago. So, it's really just a reskinned US faction, but they've been given G36Ks for this one. So, just, you know, different 5.56 rifles that you seldom see, but hey, we've got them today. Standard 249 for the machine gunners and 240 Bravos for the machine gun teams. So squad-based machine gun and then team-based machine gun based on where they are slotted on. And then I will also expect to see a Carl Gustav in the Charlie 2 slot, utilized by Buckets, one of the guys you normally see take those roles. So, BLUFOR has a good amount of forces here to make an aggressive action, but let's go ahead and move back to GREENFOR. We already made a comment on the 3 DshKs, one of them being knocked over, 2 of them being knocked over, and GREENFOR hasn't set anything up yet. They can go anywhere in the green zone as Safe Start is going. They cannot leave it, but otherwise, we have what appears to be a custom faction with desert camo, and everyone has a different patch, so I don't think it's anything specific here, but they are definitely some sort of paramilitary group. They also appear to have 249s, 240 Bravos as their machine guns, but they have the VZ rifle, which is often regarded as the worst rifle in RHS. It's a Croatian battle rifle, right? It's either Croatian or Czech.
It's Czech.
I've heard people say that it's either, but
it's Central European, so it doesn't really matter who uses it. It's pretty shit.
But otherwise, it's technically a 5.56 mirror match either way. So their ballistics and ratings and whatnot are going to be very, very close to identical. So it just yep.
Bassbeer is in my chat. These are the GREENFOR is meant to be French forces, so I think this is meant to mimic
French forces. That makes sense. Yeah, that would make total sense. So, I mean, yeah, looking at it, I can completely see that it is supposed to look like a FAMAS. So, French versus the UK, even though the UKs have G36s.
Waterloo Part 2. That's the title for your video for this. Waterloo Part 2.
We'll just have. I thought it was Bora Bora on Tora Tora. What's the title?
I know,
you're memeing.
History guy. It's a bunch of words in a book, and I don't read. I look at the pictures.
That is entirely understandable. But otherwise, GREENFOR, 3 caches. Actually, technically, it's 2 caches to defend, unless they're all Eastwind devices. They might actually all be Eastwind devices. They're all Eastwind devices. The one issue, though, is that light is going to give it away. So if I hit the O key, there's no way for me to make the symbols disappear, but you can see the light flash by. That's probably why they have the fires, because it's the same color as that strobe light to try to help hide it. But looking at the map,
yeah,
I mean, it would help, but you can still see some of the glow. So like from afar, BLUFOR can tell which buildings are where, so that doesn't really do any favors for GREENFOR. But GREENFOR does have a massive ridge to utilize here. That's why view distance is limited, but at the same time, the ridges, like the back parts of it, can't really be used because it falls out of bounds. So I would expect GREENFOR to probably do a 2-part defense, having some guys defending on the southern ridge to cover, and then the rest being in the town, or possibly a small recon group on the northern ridge. But there's no vehicles for GREENFOR to get around in to set up counterattacks along the route, so BLUFOR is going to have full access to get to the AO unmolested. So GREENFOR is really going to have to double down on defenses. A lot of places where that Huey can land on the northern bank past the giant ridgeline that's not out of bounds, I don't think they can attempt to land in the ridges back here because it quickly falls out of bounds. So, I don't know, but Yep.
I was gonna say maybe south, but even then, this is all very steep terrain. They'd have to hover like a foot above ground and then let people just jump out. But...
Yeah, but they would be a really nasty target at that point again, because I think GREENFOR is going to have a defensive group up here on this ridge to be able to shoot at anything. So really what you're going to be seeing that Huey do is trying its best to provide fire support, but with those 3 DshK Statics, one lucky hit to the main rotor engine, and that Huey is going to be knocked out permanently. And honestly, more often than not, the gunships aren't really utilized that well. We have seen exceptions. 2 weeks ago on the first mission of NA, I believe. Or was it the second? It was the one with the new map with all of those ZEC fortifications built in, and it's like a jungle-y sort of map. You called it... yeah, ZEN statics, my bad. Static positions. But it's that new jungle-esque one, and the defending faction turtled that rock position, and there was a gunship just absolutely shredding people. And even though they were flying super high, super far, but that gunner was so fucking accurate with leading his shots. He wounded at least 4 or 5 people, and actually got 2 kills off of it, if I recall correctly. So if you get a dream team in that Huey, I mean, that's what you want, but that is exceptionally difficult to do. So we'll probably just see it harass more than anything. And honestly, most of the time, harassing is good enough, because if GREENFOR is too busy target fixated on a Huey, that's going to allow BLUFOR to really push up. Now, how is BLUFOR going to assault this? Let's look at the obvious vectors. They do have an MSR that they can follow. It goes a little off the map, but they can just go off-road for it. And then follow that around, and that would lead them to the village.
Cookies, and I'm a tiger of my word.
Sorry, someone was subbing to me. I'm going to do a side comment in a second, but BLUFOR could easily just follow this MSR, get on top of this ridge, and then have the ridge cover a main attack with those armed M2 Humvees. But I believe GREENFOR is going to be smart enough to deploy something on the northeastern group to kind of hold this position. So if I was BLUFOR, I would consider using the Huey, deploying a squad to the north to try to push up on the far northwestern corner of the AO to get some decent overwatch on the AO, but it's still going to be really close. And I would recommend that Huey does a pass close by the AO first, because we already have some GREENFOR guys digging some fortifications up here to try to go high, but I think sending at least a marksman team would be worth the risk just to get some good scouting data, and then literally just have the rest of your forces push this ridge and then attack from this ridge. Really, like, there's no other way to hit this AO, because you can't go too far west, because then you'll run out of the map bounds, and the terrain gets really, really harsh, and it's really easy to get cornered with your back to the map, because if you make one wrong turn and stay there for 10 seconds, you're insta-killed. So, I think the defenders have a really good map here to defend, but BLUFOR has some really good assets to attack with. The Humvees are going to have to be stationary turrets that are just mobile with the infantry. There's not really any place for them to drive around and dish out significant damage. It doesn't really help that the gunner is completely exposed. So, we'll have to see, but I really like GREENFOR's decision to put guys on both the ridges, utilize the natural positioning of this village to the best of their ability, and then, you know, have a decent chunk of guys in the town itself. But actually, a lot of their manpower is being committed to the ridges themselves, so we might see a dynamic pullback of if GREENFOR notices that BLUFOR is attacking one ridge with a lot of guys, you might see the other ridge pull back and fall into the town. Because if BLUFOR takes the ridge and GREENFOR is still up there, that's a lot of manpower out of position, and BLUFOR can just hold, basically lock them out from getting into the area, and BLUFOR would be able to easily overpower the fire team, the squad-size element still staying within the town. Now, to explain the sub earlier, Selzik told me last night, because I've had a dream for 2 years about late at night, I will just randomly, like after I'm done streaming, I will make peanut butter cookies. I've wanted to do that for 2 years. and I never had the balls to do it. So last night I finally did it. I will confess, all I did the night after, right after the stream was I took the ingredients out, realized that I'm an idiot because I was about to cook with cold butter. You always leave the butter out for room temperature because it makes the cookies better. It just does. I don't know the exact science behind it. So I slept on it, woke up, first thing I did was go downstairs and make the fucking cookies. No, that's weird. Then you'd get hotter butter and that would ruin your cookies. But I sent Selzik the pictures because he wanted proof, and he said he'd resub to me if I made the cookies, so...
I think we need to recognize the elephant in the room. It took you 2 years to bake cookies.
Yes.
Do you know how easy it is to make peanut butter cookies?
Yes. It took me 10 minutes to mix all the ingredients... And then I...
Was it from scratch or was it...
From scratch.
Betty?
Oh. No. Okay, so you gotta take a cup of brown sugar, a cup of regular sugar, 2 sticks of butter. You cream that together. You also add... After you're done with that... What am I missing? Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, and then you add the eggs. Then you sift together 2 cups of flour. Sometimes you can add a half cup if you want them to be a little more doughy. Baking soda, baking powder, I'm blanking on the exact ratios right now, and salt. You sift that together. You don't want any clumps because no one wants to bite into a cookie with a flour clump in it. Then you sift that in to the creamed mixture. Oh, and wait, no, I was right on that. But you do it in, like you do a fourth to a third of it, you mix that in, make sure it's fine, then you add the second, third, or fourth, and so on and so forth. You don't add it all at once because that might overpower the mixture. Mix that all by hand. Let the dough rest in the fridge or freezer. I prefer the freezer, but the fridge is also good. Because you want the dough to...
Yep. So we have BLUFOR.
Wow, okay. Alright, I see how it is. BLUFOR going off. Looks like they've divided their forces in a pincer maneuver here. We got one group going south right here. That's one of the M2 Humvees, and it is crewed by a full group, so they're going to be heading down. BLUFOR, I like how they're trying to divide their forces in this pincer maneuver, but GREENFOR has a really... Look at that on the map. That nice L shape of really good defenses on the north where the obvious approach for BLUFOR is, but that's why BLUFOR is dividing their force to a pincer maneuver. I was about to say all eggs in one basket, but that was wrong. I also like how we have a GREENFOR medic doing some recon here. That's T5 Bay, in my opinion, the second best player. Huh?
I asked if it was Logan, because we sometimes see Logan do that.
No, it's T5 Bay of all people, but... I think he hears the Humvee coming up, and if the gunner's on, yeah, he could get a free kill off the bat. But no, he's running away. He hears it, though. He's freaking out, immediately goes prone.
Yep, and gonna get away with it for now.
Yep.
Huey's coming in now, along with 2 other Humvees.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's gonna be able to tell his force, though, that there's people coming.
They might try and go... Well, if the Huey flew closer, I would have magged up the cockpit personally, but at that distance, nah.
Yeah, modern day Gettysburg.
Does the Huey actually have people in it as well? No, it looks like it's just some gunners. Maybe. Yeah, it does have a couple of people, and it's taking some fire now from the top of the hill. Might be that DshK as well. Nah, that's just a 5.56, yep.
Yeah, that Huey's still pushing up. But everyone's target fixated on the Huey itself, so that's going to let BLUFOR dismount the guys here. We also have another BLUFOR group dismounting in front of the Northern Ridge group at the base of the ridge where some cover is. So, yeah, you're seeing this pincer maneuver unfold. I love how we have an AT guy right here. Who is this? Eagle could literally get up and boop that Humvee, but he doesn't know it's there, and you got... Is that bot? No, that's Drake running down now. And that Humvee is pulling away. It might catch Drake out of position, but people can blend in real easy in these hills here.
Mm-hmm. The gunner's still looking behind it. So, yeah, between Drake and Bay, they're going to be pretty well undetected for the time being.
For the north, we got Thorn and Firefighter and Coda on GREENFOR about to run into this northern group that is advancing. How loud are Arma Vics on average? It greatly depends. Humvees are a little more quiet. Ooh!
I heard that.
That is to the north. That was
Oh my god.
firefighter and someone else getting mowed down.
Yeah, I saw at least 3 people for GREENFOR just get completely eradicated.
It was 2, and Coda now coming down with the law, and he starts taking shots. But he heard the vehicle first among that gunfire, thinking it might have been in some sort of vehicle support on there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got the southern group also dismounting. But I mean, if BLUFOR can get some early free kills without taking any deaths, that would be exceptional for them to heighten that number advantage so they can close the gap. Because I assure you, once GREENFOR gets their battle lines properly set, such as what's going on right now, 2 machine gunners firing at BLUFOR's main group here to the northwest, that is where you're going to see a lot of kills start stacking for GREENFOR. So any kill that BLUFOR can get early on right now is absolutely critical for them to win these rounds.
Bay is still behind this Foxtrot 1 group on the south side.
Yep.
As the rest of the people on the ridge are opening up on various targets, including BLUFOR Command over here. I think they got dropped off by the Huey, who is now falling back. We could see some kind of play from Bay, though, with the numbers that are over here. Yeah, it looks like BLUFOR's idea was pretty much to use those ridges in the same way that GREENFOR's been using those ridges. When you said, "Oh, I love this terrain that GREENFOR's been given," the look I gave the camera was like you had 3 heads. Like, this town itself is a pretty shitty place to defend. It's small. It's not very, there's some rocks and there's a bunch of buildings, but they're all like the dirt buildings from Pakistan and stuff like that. And I don't think it's very good. But the ridges overlooking it are pretty good.
Yep.
If used properly, and GREENFOR's been using them properly so far. So the fact that BLUFOR had that same idea, I think it speaks testament to that. And we'll see if they're able to hold it now that BLUFOR is attacking both of the ridges, like you said.
Yeah, with... Go ahead.
GREENFOR might pull back. GREENFOR might pull back if one of them took contact and the other didn't, but now that they're both taking contact, if the southern ridge gets eradicated by a larger BLUFOR force, which I think is what's happening, and GREENFOR is able to hold this northern one at bay, but not be able to fall back, then that could be a problem for the people holding the town, which is only a squad-sized element at best.
So, you're absolutely right, and that's why I love this BLUFOR pincer maneuver strategy. It catches both GREENFOR forces on the ridges out of position because they have to deal with things, and you see that GREENFOR is desperately trying to commit Alpha and Bravo to follow Platoon 1 HQ to get on the top of this ridge to fire down at the BLUFOR force coming in. Their goal is to take care of this group and then potentially pull back to the town to cover from the other large group coming from the southeast. 2 things have to hold here for GREENFOR, though. Number 1, the guys to the southeast have to hold, and they have to hold hard, and that's going to be really tough to do because they are outnumbered literally 4 or 5 to 1 up here. And the second thing that GREENFOR has to do is quickly kill the guys to the north. So tactics-wise, yeah. Tactics-wise, BLUFOR is going to keep pushing that advantage, and you might see GREENFOR start pulling units back to the town itself, but it is going to be a bloodbath trying to cover that town with 2 ridges that are occupied by enemies. The best bet GREENFOR is going to have at that point is to find angles where once BLUFOR starts getting on the even ground levels to the village itself, then they'll have avenues of fire to take out BLUFOR. But as soon as they open up, I can assure you BLUFOR on the ridges will start firing on those buildings. Another important thing to note, it is getting darker.
Yeah, I thought it was getting lighter for a bit, but now it seems, it's getting darker even. I heard some thunder earlier as well.
That's actually going to help GREENFOR in the long run here because they'll be able to blend into the darkness of the buildings, but it's also going to help BLUFOR because it's going to make those, gosh, what do you call those? They're not sirens, but the flashing strobe light going around in circles on the east wind devices, that's going to make them a lot easier to spot. So who do we have back here? We got Montgomery trying to get behind the northern BLUFOR group here to try to deal some damage. Noise pollution's going to help him out there, but BLUFOR already pushing right onto GREENFOR's line here, and this is their stronger side. Meanwhile, BLUFOR on the other group, we are starting to see GREENFOR pull back from that area. We got a few guys up here. Some GREENFOR blending in. We have Eagle, who took out one dude, put some pot shots on another guy. But we even have a machine gun team for BLUFOR overwatching the MSR, and he could potentially push in. But T5 Bay, he is out here on his own. I don't know why. I think he's just being extra cautious here. But every player is going to matter for GREENFOR here. But with this darkness, GREENFOR guys that stay behind to try to wreak havoc here are really going to make or break this if they can go down with really high positive KDs. And Montgomery, unfortunately, getting spotted out by Charlie 1 and suppressed. He's popped some smoke grenades. He's also been hit a few times. The best he can do is just wait this out. But BLUFOR penetrating this line here. It's absolutely horrible for GREENFOR. Go ahead, sorry.
No, you're good. North side for BLUFOR, I'm loving the cohesiveness of this BLUFOR push. It looks a bit like a mad blob.
God damn, who is that?
Trying to kill everything, you know, classic death blob strategy. But at the same time...
He's dead now.
A, it's effective, and B, just the sheer number of them and how steady they're able
Point
to...
man on -1 kills.
A column than a blob. So they're able to keep it steady, keep the momentum going, have some layers as far as people on the back line shooting people further up on the mountain or on the ridge that the guys close up can't deal with. So they are supporting each other from various distances, which is pretty nice to see, and it's working out pretty well for them.
Hey, look at Eagle on the southern group. He picked off a whole Humvee that pulled up next to him. So he's on 3 kills. Nice. Kershaw on no kills. He's biding his time. I watched on the northwestern side as you were talking. Point man friendly fired one of his own guys. GREENFOR was trading pretty evenly up here, but BLUFOR just has the numbers advantage. What GREENFOR really needs to do is try to get guys behind BLUFOR's lines and take them out.
I mean, that's good.
Trooper Slaneshmus is
I mean, we already
tomorrow, and I'll have a menu out for
Eagle
tomorrow morning because I've been busy.
And
FNF is canceled for next week because it's Christmas.
Yeah, they're kind of behind lines up here. But the more that every man is going to be needed, and the more that they put on these, you know, kind of high risk, high reward plays and positions, the less that they're going to have for the more important, you know, front line defense. But at this point, yeah, all those guys on the western part of the northern ridge near the map border, they've been wiped out. A couple of them fallen back down the ridge, but those guys are now getting fired at from both their west and from the south and the other ridge, possibly also Foxtrot 2 to the east. It's a bloodbath for GREENFOR here, and Huey is just kind of flying around doing its thing as well. I am seeing flares pop as well, so that's going to help provide some illumination as we get darker and darker here. And we can also turn on our own flashlight as well.
You are absolutely right. So Eagle left his position, and he got killed, I think, by the Delta 1 group for BLUFOR. Kershaw, meanwhile, still hiding in a bush, playing dead in his inventory screen. But we also have Montgomery climbing up the ridge. He'll get behind BLUFOR, but we need to see GREENFOR get some really serious kills here. And we also have the helicopter now firing on these ridges, providing some local fire support. And we're only at the 26-minute marker, nearly 27, but that's not even half of the time of the round.
Yeah, minus the 15 of start time, we're less than 10 minutes into this thing.
Montgomery now taking some, putting some shots out. Everyone is immediately turning to him because they knew he was back there from earlier. So the best he's going to be able to do is hit and run, pull back. He did get a free kill off of that, but it's going to be a moot point if he goes down. He needs to use some of this darkness to his advantage. Already he's getting flares on his position, though.
Yeah, he's pretty much made at this point.
He needs to try to find an enemy rifle because people are clearly identifying his audio, and they're also wary to look in that direction, so he's got to reposition, but by the time he does that, it's going to be really difficult for him to get away with that. Meanwhile, Kershaw got a guy wounded, and he's reloading his gun. He's coming around behind. He's going to get a second shot. in the rear there. BLUFOR on this southern approach did not notice that gunfire, thinking it was friendly. No reactions being seen, and we also have... Oh, Eagle didn't die. He was in the Humvee. I thought that was his body there, but again, that just adds to show you how dark the map is.
Do you see Ghoster on the southern ridge? He's BLUFOR command, under the BLUFOR command marker.
Yes, he is.
Do you see him? Like his
character, yes. He might be head bugged for you.
Yeah, he's fucking head bugged for me. He's you know, low crouch, like just floating, and it's very powerful.
Kershaw getting a third man down, and still BLUFOR has no idea. But command just went up to Kershaw and knocked him out. Oh, damn. We could still see Eagle get some more kills here, but, I mean, 3 people are knocked out. If BLUFOR has a medic, they do have Dusties up there. He could get them all back up. That's why you really have to double tap your kills here. And I mean, Sergeant Bridges here is head bugged for me as well on the northern thing. He's a GREENFOR player. But BLUFOR is doing really well to push along these ridges, and we also have another BLUFOR group coming down on the western side, and they're trying to climb into this position. They're being engaged by GREENFOR Charlie too, but at that range, I doubt anything's gonna properly hit. Uh-oh. Eagle dismounts in front of a BLUFOR marksman who looked in the seat, Private Ryan, and he's already on 1 kill too, so that would be his second. We really need to see T5 Bay.
Well, it won't be a second.
Oh, yep, Eagle gets back up. Fires back only to get one-tapped again by the power of that 7.62 marksman rifle. But I'm really curious to see how Bay cleans house over here. He's been looting enemy bodies. He's picked up a G36K, folded the stock. He knows exactly what he's doing. And I cannot wait to see him clear that ridge. Now, since the streamer's curse exists, he's going to get headshotted instantly. But hey, I can dream.
Yes, you can. Lots of fire still coming in from the north ridge. South ridge has been completely overrun by BLUFOR, and yeah, they're just all firing down. Helicopters joining in the front too, as well as Foxtrot 2 off to the east.
Oh my god.
And yeah, we just hit the 15-minute mark for the mission, and unless the mission timer's low,
35 minutes remaining.
Yeah, it's gonna be 35 minutes, and that is too much time on BLUFOR's hands.
So Iander was left behind to deal with Montgomery. That or he was just AFK, and Montgomery managed to pick him off. Didn't get the double kill, though. So he might be able to steal Iander's guns and his AT and do what T5 Bay is about to do to this southern attack group.
Possibly.
I do like, though, how we're seeing Daniel here pulling rear security, acting as a dead body, so that can easily be passed up. So Bay is going to have to be careful about that. Meanwhile, BLUFOR's Delta 2 and Delta actual groups are going to start coming in. You still have that Huey. Actually, that's not the Huey. That's a machine gunner on the ridge, just putting rounds into that area. Montgomery now doing his best to try to snipe people from the ridge. He is taking return fire, though. Platoon 1 HQ seemed pretty accurate, but now he's just taking suppression. But it is not on target.
No, and that's kind of what's going to happen as it gets darker and darker. You're going to see a lot more general fire and a lot
Jolt coming up.
A lot slower PID and acquisition of targets. Just because it's going to be so hard to discern what's a rock, what's a bush, and what's a person. Especially at distance. If you zoom out, you can see how many dark bushes there are. Once you zoom in, they actually will pop in a bit. I guess that's just a map thing, but at distance, you're not going to be able to really tell that. Or at least not as easily.
I love watching people that are head bugged because the gunshots for them are at the local position and they're just completely off target, and it's funny as hell.
Oh yeah, I mean, Ghoster is still actually he's still in that position. He's actually now
go Bridges, go.
Another BLUFOR guy's body, and it is incredibly powerful.
T5 Bay on the southern ridge. He has found another enemy body, and he has traded the gun out for a G36K with a 203 on it. If I were him, I would vault into the bunker and come in from there.
Dreek might be able to do something hiding behind this boulder down at the bottom of the the south side of the northern ridge.
Montgomery
Inside
sticking
the
to his
valley,
rifle.
behind the boulder, waiting for his opportunity.
I'm gonna start putting the light on.
Now pushing up
Oh.
along that MSR. Little three-man team.
Oh, T5 Bay opening up, getting a kill, but 2 kills, another wounded, but he goes down because 2 other guys turned their rifles and started engaging him, so he gets double tapped.
Now, Rocket came into town where there's 3 guys
Oh,
on
dear.
the northern side. Looks like Fiat, Nutty Person, or sorry, Fist, Nutty Person, and Cyrus took a bit of shrapnel from it, but oh, there goes another. Going actually into one of the target.
That is the Moz firing as well, but we got Delta Actual and Delta 2 getting into the town. GREENFOR guy wounded in there, and we do have Cholt on the northern side trying to harass, but he is being quickly engaged. Montgomery needs to start coming down this ridge to help alleviate.
Ooh, look at all that smoke on the northern side. They're gonna be pushing that.
Yeah,
As
you're gonna see a charge in.
Any second now. Maybe they're waiting for it to bloom a bit more, but it's not a ton of wind, doesn't seem.
No, people cannot see my light.
Push it. Popping some more, letting it bloom.
GREENFOR still has a really good defensive structure in this town, but with the sheer amount of BLUFOR guys remaining, we really need to see Cholt and Montgomery honestly take out a team's worth of dudes at this point, get on the ridge and start engaging guys. They really need that assistance for that internal garrison since the southern garrison is still active. Not ideal.
One kill.
Hmm?
On the
Cholt just died.
west side. Eric's still in Brennan's building, so he's gonna be looking for some more targets. But yeah, they've gotten into the town now, which is.
Wait, I lied. No, Cholt's still there. He just repositioned. I thought I saw him disappear.
CF is putting a charge down on the northern target building. He's very gutsy.
Yeah,
He have his gun-
he's literally just Hail Marying this.
Wow. I don't know why.
Why did he stop? And the charge didn't even take the building out. Damn it, Potato.
Going full potato there.
Ah,
Call that a baked potato.
Delta. Okay, that one's pretty good. Delta Actual's down. Delta 2 still in here. That charge was ineffective. I don't even see damage markers on the building. So we have a guy with the 249. This is Veneer is charging in, and he is taken out.
Yeah, he assumed that it was clear, and you know what assuming does, Liru?
Gets you killed.
It makes an ass out of you and me, but it also gets you killed.
All right, Cholt is actually dead now. I don't see him anymore. Montgomery trying to close the gap here. I mean, it is harassing BLUFOR to have some guys at least pull their rear security as the main attack group comes in. We are having a Vic charge in. It has at least 2 dudes, and I think it's just a... whoop, didn't mean to blind us there. I think it's just 2 guys, a driver and a gunner. And we still have BLUFOR on the southern ridge doing what they can to suppress, as well as a machine gun team on the southwestern ridge doing their best as well. Time-wise, we're at the 36-minute mark, so we're about halfway through our time, but with the town already threatened, it's gonna be tough. Montgomery getting a knockout, and he is receiving fire, but it is going to the right of him, so Montgomery is still safe here. He's got to be careful, though, because those muzzle flashes are going to quickly give away his position. But now you're having BLUFOR starting to breach some of these buildings that GREENFOR garrisons are in. GREENFOR garrisons know it, and they're throwing grenades down the stairs to try to stop them. As I say that, I think GREENFOR just blew themselves up with one of his own grenades from the northeastern corner.
I think I'm having some graphics card issues, so yeah, Discord, I think, just crashed for me.
Oof.
Yeah,
You're right.
If I drop out, that's why. But for
Okay.
now, I'm okay.
That's good, that's good. All right, Green Shade holding the door. Doesn't notice BLUFOR run up on him, and they just traded, but BLUFOR, like, that guy's still up. So a little bit of a lag spike for someone there. But otherwise, with the amount of blue I'm seeing with the amount of green, it's not looking good for GREENFOR.
Yeah, especially with the big old classic surround and just poke away at the defenses tactic. It's only a matter of time, and time is the thing that BLUFOR has at this point. Time and men.
Oops, sorry for pooping the mic. BLUFOR doing this massive breach on this building. You still have Pop-Tart alive here. He just has to hold that stairwell. And there is a body on the stairwell that is still alive, so it's going to block movement.
Ooh, good kills. I saw that on the western side. Who was that? That was Martin with just a basic VHS. Took down, killed one and downed another over towards the west side.
Noise pollution, they're not going to hear his footsteps.
Trying to medic up a dead friendly. You'll hate to see it.
Hold up, I'm watching Montgomery run. Oh, I thought he was going to get these two guys. Yeah, so the machine gunner heard the footsteps. Montgomery only had 2 bullets in his fucking magazine. That's why you always fucking check. And Pop-Tart getting shot dead. Little bit of desync there, but he folds down on the stairwell. Now there's 2 bodies in the way, and they can't continue up there on the breach. But as I look around, I am seeing more and more of these GREENFOR garrisons fall.
I mean, they need to try and concentrate themselves to either be in or defend the entrances to these target buildings. And 2 of them only have 2 people in them or near them.
Yeah.
The last one on the south side is getting breached now. I don't think they were watching the bottom floor because they're mag dumping it now from the door, from the other door. And someone here is just kind of not really...
Someone just died right there.
Even though these are East Wind devices, it was said, oh yeah, you can just fucking mag dump them. You can just blow them up. Don't worry about it. Do it, treat them how you normally would treat a cache. So that's what they're doing. We're hearing that 249 just spray it down with all 100 or 200 rounds, whatever's in the box, and eventually something's gonna give.
See, I'm curious though, because I have never seen a destroyed texture for the East Wind device. When you destroy the truck that the East Wind device is on, it... Wow. All right, it does have a destroyed texture. Hot damn. I never knew that.
It's a little wonky.
It works.
On the west side of it, that gray just looks like a repeating texture, but hey, yeah, it works.
All right.
One is being breached any actually, yeah, it is being breached now. With another guy, Nemesis actually, who has another 249. He's gonna be he's grenading it now. Some shrapnel.
I do like how I'm seeing BLUFOR focusing on destroying the caches and not necessarily completely clearing out the buildings. While that is risky, as I say that, he now goes for the kills and walks right into 2 GREENFOR guys, so my point is moot. But if they just go for the fucking objectives, kill the objective, and move on, they don't have to worry about the defenders. I'm seeing someone else now mag dumping the objective, and he gets headshotted by a GREENFOR defender. So maybe if GREENFOR can continue to bait people coming in, they'll get somewhere. But GREENFOR only has 2, 4, 6, 7... Wait, 2, 4, 8 guys remaining, and BLUFOR still has at least double that, potentially triple if all the supporting guys come down.
Oh yeah, easily.
But I would love to see GREENFOR potentially try to push a dude or 2 out, get behind some of the BLUFOR guys, and rack up some kills here. But that's really risky. Again, everything I've recommended GREENFOR do is risky, but at this point, with this AO, they have to take those risks because so far everything's been trading evenly because of the situations here. And if BLUFOR dogpiles enough people into these cache buildings, or I guess East Wind device buildings, because they're technically, that's the objective, and it's easy to, yeah, target builds, whatever. But you see the orange lights, so BLUFOR knows where the buildings are. So at this point, if you're not defending one of those buildings, you need to come out and murder people, because if BLUFOR's smart, they'll stop what they're doing and go for the caches. But as I say that, we see the entire Foxtrot group come back to GREENFOR Platoon 2 HQ, who just mowed a guy down. And GREENFOR getting another kill and down off of 2 BLUFOR guys.
Where did the shots come from? How'd they get an angle on them? I'm very confused where those guys on the north side of the northernmost target building got killed from, because I don't see any GREENFOR in a position to shoot them. I wonder if they got friendly fired, actually.
That is a possibility. We saw a lot of friendly fire in the EU branch, especially on round 3. But so far, what I'm seeing is GREENFOR and BLUFOR are still trading evenly 1-to-1.
All right. Okay. Good on you, Vagrant. That was a well-earned kill, my friend.
Yeah, he jumped up there and used his handgun to get him, which I thought was pretty funny.
Mowed down by... Actually, no, that's a guy shooting through the window with a 240, but the window just isn't breaking, so...
Yeah, they're trying to mag dump through the window to hit the cache itself. Ooh. And there goes the other GREENFOR guy. Yeah,
that actually was a good kill. I think we're having a similar issue to what we saw a couple weeks ago on Altus, where a window just wasn't breaking and was just completely invincible. I don't know if that's all of the target buildings or all the buildings.
That would explain why when the satchel charge went off there, the building didn't go up. These might be re-scripted buildings.
Facebeard going in with the law. But there's a fucking GREENFOR guy. Take him out. Nice.
Did he miss?
He hit the GREENFOR guy. There's a GREENFOR guy who body blocked the rocket for the
nice.
Device.
That is how you play defense on the objective. We got people getting towed out of this area. I doubt that GREENFOR guy is going to wake back up, and now we're down to 3 people. 2 people.
Bassbeard picks up a 249. There's another guy with a 249.
Not even close to the 15-minute mark.
Last one is going to be...
Actually, I lied. 15-minute mark is in...
4 guys, same building, actually.
In a minute.
One on the north side. Same building layout. So they...
Hi, Invader.
One's watching one door, one's watching the other, but no one's watching the upstairs entrance. Someone can... There's a ladder. Someone can...
Is Vagrant still alive? He's just going to climb up with his handgun and shoot a guy point blank 20 times until he dies again.
Probably.
Alright, I wonder where the last cache is. Or East Wind device, whatever you want to call it. I also love that Huey has its spotlight on.
It's great. But yeah.
So we have a lull here.
See that spinning light just going around. No way that's anywhere near incognito. First guy coming in, Daniel.
He's suppressed. Another guy coming through the other entrance.
Very unscathed. Very surprising for Daniel. Good for him. Second guy pushing in now, yep. Gets the first guy.
Gets headshotted by the second guy, but I mean, again, it's 1-to-1 even. Who is this man still alive? It's Lusode. Will Lusode become...
To climb that window now, or climb that ladder, but got grenaded, I think by Daniel. Got a lot of fragmentation.
I lied, we're 5 minutes away from the next 15-minute call.
Alright, well...
As he was bandaging.
Daniel absolutely cocked 15092 out of that kill. If that wasn't for Daniel, he would have gotten that, but oh well. Ooh, and I think that
fucking GREENFOR woke up just to get executed by command, and there's the independent force eliminated. RPG-32 stolen by BLUFOR command, hitting that cache. That would be Ghoster, and there goes the other East Wind device, mag dumped. And the Huey.
There it is. Celebrations all around.
Excellent. There goes round 2. So, guys, there will be a round 3. Let's go downstairs and have a listen to it.
But before that, Liru,
yep.
I am getting a bit of a headache. My throat still kind of hurts, so I think I'm going to call it here.
All right, man.
And send my guys over to you. So good luck. And I'll catch you.
Thanks, man. Take care of yourself.
I'll try.